Hello everybody in RostyMaths land and welcome back to my year 9 series. Now surprise, but not really a surprise because in my last video, popping out of there, I have told you that I'm going to come off algebra for a little bit and go and do something different. And now we need to go into number for a little bit because the things we need to know are going to help us as we move further. So it's really important. Now we have got a new curriculum. Here it is. So this is the new curriculum that we are going to be using in number. So we're going to start doing some work on standard index form. Now, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe below. It really is important to me that you have subscribed below. For you, it's just a click. But for me, the more subscribers, it means the world to me once you subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss any uploads. So without any further ado, me keeping you here any longer, let's go and learn about some standard index form. All right, see you in the lesson. Now, any number can be represented as a multiple of 10. So let's say, for example, I have got 72. 72 is the same as 7.2 times 10. Okay, so you can see here that if I multiply 7.2 times 10, I will get back my 72. Let's go for something slightly bigger. Let's look at 763. Well, 763 is 7.63 times 100. Now, I'm showing you the proper maths here. Obviously, we can take a short out of this and show you the quick math side of it. But if you want to learn maths properly, that's what I'm doing here. So we know from primary school, when you multiply by 100, 7.63 becomes 763. So that's still there. But I want it as a multiple of 10. So let's find out what's happening here. Let's take this 100 out. Now 100 is 10 times 10. Or in other words, 10 to the power of 2 because I'm multiplying 10 times 10 to give me 100. So this 7.63 is actually times 10 to the power of 2 there. Now, believe it or not, this is what standard form looks like. I also want you to notice a little clue here. Notice that the number of zeros is replicated in the power there. 10 to the power of 3 is 1,000 and so on. So what is standard form and why do we use it? Well, standard form means that you're going to have a number times 10 to some sort of power or index. Okay, so now this number here is always between 1 and 10. So I'm going to write it down in this form here. So it's always between 1 and 10, but it's never 10 itself. Also, it's always a 10 here. Notice I got a 10. I had 100, but I changed it to a 10. So it's always a 10, and there's always going to be some sort of power here that tells you how many times that's been there. Now, why do we put that in there? Well, the reason why we put that in there is because when we need to represent really, really big numbers, like for example, we have the distance between Earth and the Sun. Let's do an example there. Well, the distance between Earth and the Sun is 147.25 million kilometers. Let's write that down as a number. That's 147.250,000. So you're looking at a really big number, 147 million kilometers away from the sun. And this can get even more silly as you go further down the line and you get some bigger, even bigger numbers. It's also really good when you have small numbers, like the size of an atom. Now, that's not the size of an atom, but this is my idea of an atom. The size of an atom. Now, the size of an atom is literally 0.1 nanometers. Okay, nanometers. And that is, wait for it, 0.1 nanometers. Really, really tiny numbers. But if I can represent these numbers in standard form, really easy. All right, let's see how we write numbers in standard form now. Now that we understand the maths behind it, really now easy to write numbers in standard form. And I'm now going to show you the quick and easy way by breaking a lot of mathematical rules. This is literally a mathematical trick. Everything I showed you before is the actual maths. But now that we've done the actual maths, now we can talk about why we do what we do. This is 3,691. The fact that I say it's 3,000 tells you that your answer needs to have 10 to the power 3 because it's in the thousands. But this is how we normally check it. We move the number 1, 2, 3 places. We stop there. So therefore, this is going to be equal to 3.691 times 10 to the power 3. Notice here how we have the same power as the number of jumps we've made. Now here's a quick question for you. Why did we not stop here? Well, if we stopped here, this would be 36.91. And don't forget that that first number needs to be between 1 and 10. So if we stop on 36, that's just too big a number. All right, let's move on to the next one then. So same sort of routine going on here. We're going to move this number 1, 2, 3, 4 places over because this is 42,000, it's tens of thousands. So once we move the number 4 places over, 4.289 times 10 to the power of 4. Again, notice wherever we stop, this number needs to be between 1 and 10. All right, what do we do when we have decimals? Well, when we have decimals, we need to move in the opposite direction. And moving in the opposite direction means that we're getting smaller. So let's see what's going to happen here now. So again, we're going to move the number 1, 2, 3 places over here. Now notice we didn't stop here. If we stopped here, this becomes 0.41. 0.41 is less than 1. We're not allowed that. It needs to be bigger than 1 but less than 10. So we had to go over here. Notice we also didn't overshoot all the way there because that would be 41, which is bigger than 10. So we had to stop here 3 places. So this now will become 4.1 times 10 to the power negative 3 this time. Why negative 3? Because we know that once the numbers get smaller, we're dealing with decimal places, we have negatives. I will deal with this a bit more in my next video. All right, let's finish this up now with this last question. So we need to move 1, 2, 3, 4. We stop here at 6.38. So this becomes 6.38 times 10 to the power negative 4. Again, because this number was getting smaller. All right, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you now know what standard form is and how to write numbers in standard form. All right, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe below. The fact that you're actually seeing me again, it means that you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you for making it this far and watching the video all the way to the end. Now, since you're already here, go ahead and subscribe below if you haven't subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload as they come out. Comments are always welcome. Let's get some engagement, guys. Put some comments down below. Talk to each other. We can actually have a debate about some of the stuff that I've put on there. Okay, that would be really, really welcome. Anyway, until I see you on the next one, though,